WABG-WXVT, TV 15, Greenville.
Live from downtown Greenville, this is WABG-TV News Watch 6, the Delta's news source for over 35 years.
The murder trial of 2 men accused of killing a Greenwood man began today in Panola County. And 12 Delta families will soon get new homes. Good evening, everyone. Those are two of our top stories tonight on Newswatch 6. I'm Jay Nix. Thanks for joining us tonight. 2 men accused of killing a Greenwood UPS driver last summer went on trial today in Batesville.
This is a WABG News Update.
Good morning, everyone. It is 8:25 and 64 degrees here in Greenville. I'm Victoria Grant. The man...
WABG Greenwood Greenville. First in the Delta, this is WABG TV 6 News, the Delta's news source.
A family watches the river and hopes that a loved one will return safe. Searchers spend another day on the river looking for a missing construction worker feared to be drowned. Good evening, I'm Jamie Ferguson.
And I'm Heron Wilson. For the second day, rescuers...
From the Delta's news source, you're watching 6 Eyewitness News with Jamie Ferguson and Heron Wilson.
For coverage you can count on in Inverness and Mound Bayou, you're watching 6 Eyewitness News at 6. Coming up, it's rainy days for folks in the big city. Fortunately, our forecast is a little better. Weather's up next.
Plus, radio lollipops curing low spirits in the hospital. That's the topic of tonight's Delta House Call on WABG TV 6, the Delta's news source.
Jackson State, Mississippi Valley, huge game coming up Saturday. We'll preview it coming up in sports.
It's back.
From the Delta's #1 station, you're watching ABC 6 News.
Good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us here on ABC 6 News at 5. I'm Tanya Carter. Today is Wednesday, May 4th, 2011. Well, topping our news this afternoon, Governor Haley Barbour holds a...
From the Delta's #1 station, you're watching ABC 6 News.
Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for watching the Delta's #1 news station. I'm Tanya Carter on this Friday, April 1st, 2011. Mike Sands has the evening off. Well, a girl dies and others are injured.
Good morning. This is Delta Daybreak on WXVT.
Good morning. It's Thursday, August 13, 2015. Welcome to Delta Daybreak. I'm Candace Red alongside meteorologist Riley Hale. So Riley, how are you doing this early morning?
XVT, Greenville, Greenwood, Cleveland.
Coming up on your Delta News at 10, dinosaurs are in the Delta. We'll show you why coming up.
Well, we have the storms brewing here at the Discover the Dinosaurs as the T-Rex from 65 million years ago wanted to say hi to you today. But as we move into our Sunday night into Monday, we have the real storms coming our way as we have some potentials for even hail, and a tornado or two could be making the way into the Delta next.
Hi, everybody. I'm Kelly Rittenauer. But first tonight, hundreds of jobs may be coming to LaFleur County. Now let's go to Eric for more on your first look at your weather. Eric.
Yes, we definitely have those thunderstorms.
Delta News at 10 starts now.
Good evening. Thanks for joining us for your Delta News at 10. I'm Lakia Scott. Today is Wednesday, January 20th, 2016. Well, topping your news, a Greenville man is being treated for his...
News that works for you. This is the Delta News Morning.
Coming up, an in-depth look at a new recommendation saying it's now safe for students to return to in-person learning. Details on the way. And the Chicago home of Emmett Till now receives landmark status. We'll hear from Mayor Lori Lightfoot. These stories and more start now. Good morning and welcome to the Delta News Morning. I'm Woodrow Wilkins. Today is Friday, January 29th, 2021. Thank you for joining us. Now getting into the top stories of the day. We begin in Greenville.
News that works for you. This is the Delta News at 5.
Coming up, authorities arrest a man accused in a double shooting. Police say one of those shootings was fatal. Details on that murder investigation on the way. Plus, a nearby community feeling the pain of the murder of a Texas woman who was shot and killed recently by a police officer. Now they're remembering and honoring a Tatiana Jefferson. Details out of Memphis. This and more starts right now. Thanks for joining us for your Delta News at 5. I'm Lakia Scott. Topping your headlines, police say a Clarksdale man is...
News that works for you. This is the Delta News at 6.
Coming up at 6, a police department gets a new K-9, but not to track down criminals. But first, a threat of a major flooding in the North Delta and surrounding areas. That's our breaking news tonight. Good evening and thank you for joining us for your Delta News at 6. I'm Merrill Phelps. We begin with that breaking news out of the North Delta where several roads at the bottom of
WABG-TV, Greenwood, Greenville.
You're watching Delta CBS, WXVT Cleveland.